In a world where words are spoken without thought and opinions are thrown around carelessly, true wisdom lies in knowing when to remain silent. The wisest among us know that true power lies in silence. As Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Why do the greatest minds, leaders, warriors, and philosophers embrace silence? What secrets does it hold? Today, we uncover the Stoic wisdom behind the power of silence and when to embrace it. Silence is not weakness. It is not avoidance. It is wisdom in its purest form. The Stoics understood that the power of silence shapes character, preserves relationships, and fosters inner peace. The ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, understood the immense power of silence. They knew that in restraint, in stillness, and in observation, we gain control over our emotions and clarity in our thoughts. Today, we will explore the key moments in life when silence is the best response, the greatest teacher, and the ultimate sign of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, think before you speak, for your words shape the world around you. Epictetus, silence is a lesson in itself. Restraint in speech is a sign of wisdom. Seneca, a wise man says what should be said, not all that can be said. Silence is not just the absence of words, it is the presence of thought. The Stoics believed that restraint in speech was the mark of wisdom. They understood that speaking less allows one to observe more, learn more, and respond with precision rather than impulse. In addition to restraint, the Stoics saw silence as a form of strength. The ability to hold back words, particularly in times of conflict or stress, demonstrated control over one's emotions. Seneca often spoke about how silence was an active force rather than a passive one, it required discipline, and that discipline translated into greater influence. Julius Caesar, despite being a brilliant military leader and strategist, was known for his measured words. He would listen intently in council meetings, allowing others to speak first, gathering their perspectives, and only then offering his thoughts. This gave him a reputation as a man whose words carried immense weight because he did not waste them. When to be silent? Be silent in the heat of anger. Seneca once said, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. When emotions flare, words become weapons. We lash out, not with reason, but with impulse. Yet, once spoken, words can never be taken back. Consider a moment from history. In a fit of rage, Alexander the Great struck down his close friend Clitus in an argument. His uncontrolled fury led to regret that haunted him for the rest of his life. Had he remained silent, had he paused, he would not have lost someone dear to him. In modern life, silence in moments of anger prevents lasting damage. Instead of reacting, pause. Observe your thoughts. Let the fire of anger burn out before you speak. True strength is found in self-control. Be silent when you haven't verified the story. Misinformation spreads like wildfire. In today's digital age, people are quick to comment, to judge, and to react without knowing the full truth. The Stoics warned against this. Epictetus advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. History offers a painful lesson. The Salem witch trials were fueled by rumors and unverified accusations, leading to the execution of innocent people. Had silence prevailed, had they sought truth over hysteria, lives could have been saved. In our world, before reacting to a headline, before spreading a rumor, before taking sides, pause. Seek the truth. Let silence be the guardian of wisdom. Be silent if your words will offend a weaker person. Words hold power. They can uplift or destroy. A Stoic understands this and chooses words carefully. Seneca reminds us, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. There are times when speaking the truth may hurt more than it helps. A weak-hearted individual may not benefit from bluntness but rather from patience and silent understanding. Imagine a mentor speaking to a struggling apprentice. Harsh criticism may crush them, but silence or measured words may guide them towards growth. Choose silence over harm. Be silent when it's time to listen. One of the greatest skills of a leader, a philosopher, and a friend is the ability to listen. Silence is not empty, it is full of understanding. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Learn to be silent when necessary, and speak only when it is of benefit to others." The wisest among us do not speak to be heard, they listen to learn. In an age of constant noise, practice the discipline of listening. Let others speak. Absorb their words. Respond with wisdom, not interruption. Be silent if you would be ashamed of your words later. Have you ever spoken in haste and regretted it? Silence before speech is a gift to your future self. A famous example comes from Abraham Lincoln. He would write letters filled with anger but never send them. Instead, he would wait, reflect, and choose silence over words that could cause harm. Before you speak, ask yourself, will I regret this? If there is even a shadow of doubt, let silence be your answer. Be silent when the issue is none of your business. Not every battle is yours to fight. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what is within our control. Meddling in matters that do not concern you only drains your energy and invites unnecessary conflict. A lesson from history: the downfall of many empires began when rulers involved themselves in disputes that had nothing to do with their well-being. Silence in such moments preserves your peace. If it does not concern you, walk away. Let silence be your protection. Be silent when tempted to tell a lie. Honesty is the foundation of a strong character. When faced with the temptation to lie, remember this: silence is always better than deceit. If the choice is between a lie and silence, choose silence. Let your words be rare but truthful. The greatest minds in history understood that true wisdom is found in restraint. The discipline to remain silent in crucial moments defines a person's strength and character. Challenge yourself today, practice silence in moments of anger, in times of uncertainty, and when your words may cause harm. Observe how this small act of restraint shapes your interactions, your decisions, and your peace of mind. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: you always have the power of not having an opinion. Use that power wisely. Let your silence be your wisdom. Let your silence be your strength. Be silent if your words will damage someone's reputation. A careless word can ruin a lifetime of integrity. The Stoics valued justice and fairness, and they knew that speaking ill of others only reveals one's own lack of discipline. Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If our words tear down instead of build up, we are failing that ideal. Consider the downfall of historical figures who engaged in slander, only to have their own reputations tarnished in return. Instead of gossiping, let silence be your discipline. Protecting another's reputation is a reflection of your own integrity. Be silent if your words will harm a friendship. Friendships, like fragile glass, can be shattered by reckless words. The Stoics knew that speech should serve a purpose, not destruction. Seneca wrote, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." Yet, words spoken in frustration, jealousy, or carelessness can damage trust that took years to build. A historical lesson: Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were once close allies. A heated exchange of words led to years of estrangement. Fortunately, silence and time allowed them to reconcile. Before speaking in anger, pause. Is your frustration worth a friendship? More often than not, silence can save what reckless words might destroy. Be silent if you can't speak without shouting. The Stoics taught mastery over emotions. A shouting voice is a sign of a mind that has lost control. Epictetus warned, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Raising one's voice does not raise one's wisdom. It diminishes it. Modern leaders, from CEOs to statesmen, know the power of measured speech. When emotion tempts you to yell, choose silence instead. Let the strength of your presence, not the volume of your voice, command respect. Be silent if your words reflect poorly on those you love. Your words do not only represent you, they represent those you love. The Stoics believed in honor, in carrying oneself with dignity, and in ensuring that their speech upheld the values of those they held dear. Before speaking, ask yourself, would my family, my mentors, my dearest friends be proud of these words? If the answer is no, choose silence instead. Be silent if you've already said it more than once. Repetition dulls the impact of words. If you must say something over and over, it loses its value. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This was not a phrase to be forced upon others repeatedly, but a truth to be lived. Instead of repeating words, demonstrate your values through action. Silence, paired with example, is more powerful than constant reminders. Be silent when you should be working instead. The Stoics valued action over idle talk. Words do not build, effort does. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Many speak of their ambitions, but fewer act upon them. A modern example, the most successful entrepreneurs and athletes are not those who talk endlessly about their plans but those who execute them in silence. Next time you find yourself talking about what needs to be done, stop. Choose action over words. Let your work speak for itself. Silence is a discipline. It is a choice. It is a strength. Today, challenge yourself, when tempted to speak in anger, to gossip, to shout, or to repeat yourself unnecessarily, embrace silence instead. Watch how this simple practice transforms your relationships, your focus, and your inner peace. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors. Be too busy improving yourself. Choose silence. Choose wisdom. The benefits of silence. Mental clarity, noise clouds judgment, silence sharpens it. Without the distractions of constant conversation, the mind can settle into a state of deep focus. Deeper connections, people trust those who listen more and speak with intent. A person who speaks sparingly is often perceived as more thoughtful and considerate. Power and mystery, those who speak less are perceived as more powerful and respected. This has been true in history. Leaders, military strategists, and thinkers have wielded silence as a tool of influence. Improved self-discipline, the ability to remain silent when tempted to speak, teaches self-control in other areas of life as well. A stronger presence, words, when spoken rarely but wisely, carry greater weight and influence. When you are known as someone who only speaks when necessary, people listen intently when you do. Practical Stoic exercises for silence. 1. Deliberate silence. Spend an hour a day without speaking, just observing. This practice enhances mindfulness and self-awareness. 2. Pause before responding. A 3-second delay can change the outcome of a conversation. In that pause, one can assess whether words are necessary. 3. Deep listening. Silence isn't just about withholding words, but truly absorbing what is said. Listening is an active skill that requires patience and focus. 4. Journaling thoughts. Writing before speaking refines ideas and removes impulsivity. Many great philosophers kept journals to process their thoughts before expressing them. 5. Avoid unnecessary speech. Identify conversations or moments where speaking is unnecessary and practice restraint. Not every social exchange requires input. Sometimes, presence alone is enough. 6. Silence as meditation. Engage in silent walks or moments of stillness to reset your mind and cultivate inner peace. Silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. The greatest figures in history understood that power is not always in words but in restraint. Starting today, embrace the strength of silence. Observe more, speak less, and let your words carry the weight of wisdom. Practice 1 full hour of complete silence today. Observe, reflect, and experience the power of stillness. Let this be a journey into mastering yourself. Through silence, you will discover a strength greater than words. Through restraint, you will cultivate wisdom beyond measure. Today, take the first step toward the Stoic art of silence. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more wisdom like this.